Hi everyone, hope everyone is doing good, doing great on my side, and hope everyone is having a good year so far. Just wanted to showcase this 1999 Dodge Ram Van Wagon 1500. This is a Shorty van, and mostly that it fits into the garage. This is the case for using this as a utility vehicle and a recreational vehicle, not as a home or anything like that, but those are the seats. And they have little tears there. I'm having these repaired, so I have them out. So I just want to show you the size of the back. I had a Suburban, and the 2019 Suburban, and that's kind of where I started my journey on the older cars. Even though I have had older Corvettes and stuff, and that had that AFM lifter issue, and it didn't last very long. And I sold that, and I bought my 911, which is here on the battery tender. Best decision I ever made. Um, I couldn't fit the Suburban in here, too big. So I kind of needed another utility vehicle that would fit in my garage. And I had actually could fit it and work on it. So the Suburban stuck out of the back a little bit because, of course, when it broke, I had to fix the lifters and the push rods that were bent. And I kind of swore off new cars. So anyway, the case for one of these is, first of all, you're not going to get a powerhouse. This has a 5.2 engine, but it's adequate for the weight of this van. And the crate engines for these are less than $3,000. So this one has a crate engine. The previous owner did a great job. He repainted it. He restored it. The transmission was rebuilt. These have weak transmissions, but it was rebuilt. Hopefully it was shored up in terms of any of the weak links in the transmission. But I did change the ATF in it, so I'm going to try and keep those going. So the idea of this video is that I could fit it in my garage. And with the seats out, that's why I want to do this video. I kind of keep my blankets and stuff in here. I leave them under the seats. So from the back of the front seat to here is 8 feet. So it would be like an 8-foot bed on a pickup truck. Distance between the wheel wells is 4 feet. So you could get your plywood in here and things like that as a utility vehicle. Downsides, those seats with these brackets, those seats are very heavy. So while they're removable, it's not exactly convenient. And with the seats in, because the width of this, I could fit 8 passengers. So it is a window van. And a lot of people don't like window vans. But yeah, I use this when I go on vacations. If we all meet at an Airbnb, I can fit the whole family in here, which I did Christmas break. So I've already taken this on 2 adventures of 2,000 miles each, and I've really enjoyed this so far. I'll do a full tour of it later, but the case for this is that, yeah, it fits in the garage, and it's stone simple. You know, a lot of people are starting to get this memo that, you know, the new cars, you know, especially with these GMs, you're going to go spend $75,000, $80,000, $90,000 on a 6.2 liter engine just to have it grenade on you. My Corvette, I mean, I've had several Corvettes from the 70s into the 80s and early 90s. Gen 1 small blocks run forever. They never had these problems. Now, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a new vehicle. I'd rather take my chances on one of these and rebuilding it for $3,000 than, you know, $10,000 to $15,000 LS based truck motor. So, and I didn't have that problem with, I had a 2000 Chevy, actually it was a GMC truck. It was a 2500, had a 6 liter. I think that engine was an LQ4. That thing was stone reliable. I should have never sold it. I think that was what, a GMT 800 chassis. You know, if you have one of those, hold on to it. And if you have one of these, if it's rust-free, which these are prone to rust in the front, this one is in good shape. If it's rust-free, try and find a way to preserve it and keep it, because, I don't know, the new vehicles now are so unreliable. and complex that this is kind of a breath of fresh air, and this thing runs great. It's been modernized. Like I said, I'll give you a full tour, but I just want to do this one to show that it fits into a normal size garage. I mean, I have these motorcycles here that I have to store, so if I had to work on it, I'd move it more into the center, and when I put the seats back in, I'll be able to get into the front of it, get into the hood and work on it. So yeah, I've done some work on it so far, and it's been really cool to have this van. I mean, I think it's pretty cool looking. So it kind of ticks the box for me that I like to drive unique things, and this fits the bill. It's not cookie cutter, and I know I'm in control of the systems of this. So anyway, just my case for the Shorty van. Fits in the garage and is Stone Age simple. When you kind of get back into these, I've driven in these when I was a kid. You forget that this was heavy duty compared to vehicles today with, these thick metal hinges, thicker sheet metal. Yeah, these were workhorses in their day, and if they're rust-free and they can be rebuilt, they can be a workhorse going into the future. You'll just need to use some of those sprays or whatever, do some sort of undercoating just to keep it from rusting. I made room in the garage. I threw great sacrifice of cramming my stuff here, just to keep it in here. So this is going to stay preserved except for when I go on my adventures. So anyway, hope this helps people kind of open their eyes a little bit to the utility of these old Shorty vans. This is probably, apply to any of the American ones, G10, 20, those series of Shorty Chevys, GMCs, Ford Econolines, all in the similar size and width of these vans. If you get a Shorty, that you can put them back into use, save some money, and have something that's cool. So hope this video was informative. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.